What happens when you stop overthinking? Have you ever found yourself lying awake at 2 a.m., staring at the ceiling, replaying that one conversation over and over, wondering what you should have said, what you should have done, what could go wrong tomorrow? That's overthinking, the silent, invisible storm that creeps into your mind and hijacks your peace. But have you ever asked yourself this? What happens when you stop overthinking? Not just for a minute, but for real? What happens when you finally decide to let go of the mental noise and live? Today, we're going to explore that. And by the end of this video, you may never look at your thoughts the same way again. Part 1. The weight of overthinking. Overthinking is not simply thinking too much. It's looping. It's replaying, analyzing, and magnifying until every decision feels life or death, and every moment feels like a test you're destined to fail. It drains your energy, steals your time, and often convinces you to stay stuck instead of moving forward. Overthinking sounds like this. What if I mess up? What if they're judging me? What if I say the wrong thing? What if it all goes wrong? It convinces you to wait and wait and wait for the perfect moment, the perfect words, the perfect plan. And in the process, life just passes by. Part 2. What begins to change when you stop overthinking? Now imagine this. One day, you catch yourself in the loop, and you pause. You take a breath. You don't follow the spiral. You let the thought come, and then you let it go. That's the first moment of freedom. 1. You start to sleep better. When you stop overthinking, your mind no longer races when your head hits the pillow. Instead of reliving the past or worrying about the future, your body rests, and your brain finally recharges. You wake up clearer, calmer, more focused. Because rest isn't just about the body. It's about peace of mind. 2. You make decisions faster and with confidence. When you stop overthinking, you learn to trust your intuition again. You don't spend hours weighing every option, imagining every possible failure. You simply choose. You move. You understand that no decision is perfect, and that's okay. You'd rather try, fail, and learn than overthink and never start. 3. You start living in the present. Overthinking pulls you into the past and drags you into the future. But when you stop, you return to now, the only place life actually happens. You begin to notice things again. The warmth of the sun, the way someone laughs, the way your coffee smells in the morning. You listen better. You feel more. You engage deeper. And life, instead of being a blur of what-ifs, becomes something you can finally touch. 4. Your confidence grows. You realize you don't need to overanalyze every move to be enough. You don't need to rehearse every word to be worthy. When you stop overthinking, you start showing up as your authentic self, flaws, quirks, stumbles, and all. And here's the twist. People are drawn to authenticity, not perfection. So, ironically, the moment you stop obsessing about how you're perceived is the moment people connect with you the most. 5. You regain time and energy. Overthinking consumes hours, even days, that you'll never get back. But when you stop, you reclaim that time. You create. You rest. You explore. You actually live. Mental space that was once crowded with worry becomes fertile ground for creativity, clarity, and peace. Part 3. The silent cost of overthinking. Let's be honest. Most people don't even realize they're overthinking because it feels so familiar, so normal. But here's the cost you don't see. The job you didn't apply for because you thought you weren't ready. The conversation you avoided because you fear it might be awkward. The trip you canceled because what if something went wrong? The relationship you never started because you fear the risk of heartbreak. Overthinking doesn't just cause stress. It steals your life, one hesitation at a time. So ask yourself, what has overthinking cost me? Part 4. What life begins to feel like without it. When you stop overthinking, life becomes lighter. You begin to realize it was never the world that was heavy, it was your thoughts about it. You smile more, not because everything is perfect, but because you're not trying to control everything anymore. You begin to trust that things will work out, maybe not the way you planned, but in a way that grows you. You start moving with less fear and more curiosity. Part 5. How to start letting go. If overthinking has been your default for years, don't worry. You're not alone. And more importantly, it can change. Here are 3 simple things you can start doing today to let go of the overthinking habit. 1. Write your thoughts down. Instead of letting your mind spin in circles, dump everything on a paper. It clears mental space and gives perspective. Often, what seems like a huge mess in your mind becomes manageable when you see it written down. 2. Set time limits for decisions. Give yourself 5 to 10 minutes to make small decisions. For bigger ones, set a 24-hour rule. Once the timer's up, choose and move forward. Progress is better than perfection. 3. Practice saying it's okay not to know. Much of overthinking is fueled by the need for certainty. But life is uncertain. That's what makes it beautiful. Learn to sit with the unknown. Breathe in the question and let go of the pressure to answer everything. What happens when you stop overthinking? You breathe deeper. You laugh louder. You love freer. You move braver. You begin to experience life, not through a lens of fear and control, but through the eyes of presence and trust. And slowly, day by day, the war in your mind starts to quiet. Peace doesn't come when everything is figured out. It comes when you decide that not everything has to be. So now, let me ask you, what's one thing you've been overthinking lately? Leave a comment below. Let's release it together.